your position before and after the meeting hasn't changed?
Zero. The only thing new that I gained from the meeting was learning from the president himself.
Breaking news alert! Breaking news alert! This is the first time What Is Up Indonesia podcast has a sudden guest because of a breaking news.
A repeat guest also.
A repeat guest?
It's the first time.
Wow, it's the first time?
Yeah.
So, welcome again, Pak Dino Patti Djalal! Hey! Pak, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Okay, just in context, we're shooting this on the 6th of February.
Yeah.
Yesterday, on the 5th of February, you went super viral again. Mm-hmm. So we're here to, because everyone tagged me and Abigail. They were like, Andovi, Abigail. They just went tagging like insane. Like, oh my God. So,
yeah. Everyone says that your position has changed on Indonesia's joining the Board of Peace because you just went to a meeting with Pak Prabowo along with other former Minister of Foreign Affairs, right? So can you let us know maybe like what happened during that meeting? How did it go?
Okay. Well, first let me repeat my position all this time. Yeah.
Yes.
First, I think the Board of Peace has a lot of shortcomings, kejanggalan. Yeah. In other words, it sucks, right?
Okay.
And I've been very open about it. Yeah. Why? Because you look at the charter. Donald Trump is a chairman for life, so to speak, right? And he's higher than everybody else, right? There's no parity or equality. So on that basis, and there's no mention of Gaza, right?
Yeah.
Or Palestine,
which is very weird
in the Piagam, in the charter. So my position is that this Board of Peace and the charter is strangely formulated, but we're already in it. We already signed into it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already a signatory country, which means what? We just have to accept it. There's no way you sign it 1 week and then 2 weeks later you resign from it. It doesn't happen in the diplomatic world, right? So what is my position? The board is imperfect. We're already in it. While we're in it, let's be careful and know what we are against and what we're for, and then keep the options to leave
open.
Yeah. If anything bad happens. So that's my position, very, very, very clear. And when I met with the president, we had a long discussion, 3 hours. And then after that, I came out. I still maintain that position. Right? The only, I think 1 or 2 things that the media picked up that was true but misinterpreted are 2 things.
How is it? Okay. How is it misinterpreted?
One is I said the Board of Peace is the only option.
Yeah.
Oh, satu-satunya jalan.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. You know what I mean? To do the ceasefire, right? And Palestine, Gaza was bombed like crazy, right? 70,000 people for a year and almost 2 years, right? The only thing that has stopped that is this agreement, the 20-point plan yang Trump worked out with the Israelis, and the Arabs, 20-point plan that creates the Board of Peace, right? So the only thing that stops it is this, the Board of Peace, the 20-point plan. And the fact is, there's no other plan. There's no other option. Yeah, the Chinese, they have no option, right? Okay. If there is one, I would love to know about it. The European have no option on the table. Right. The Russians don't. And none of the Arabs, including the Saudi, don't have any options. In fact, they're going on this Board of Peace.
Yeah, they joined the Board of Peace.
Yes, right? So what I'm saying, at the moment, there's only this option available. It's not an opinion. It's the fact. Okay. Right? Because if there is another options coming from anybody, I would love to hear it, right? But the fact is there isn't. So that's what I'm saying. But then people, I guess, freaked out, right? As if, what do you call it? As if I'm endorsing this and wholeheartedly and things. But the fact is, this is the only option at the moment. And this is what we have to deal with. And in a way, this is the option that stops that theoretically is expected to stop the ceasefire, right?
Right.
After so many times people have tried, yeah. So that's one. The other one is when I said it's realistic,
Yeah.
right? It's realistic. My again, it was taken. Okay, what does Padino mean with realistic? As if this is something that is justifiable, apa namanya, the joining the Board of Peace. What I meant was totally different. From my conversation with Prabowo, realistic means I saw him understand that we have much limitations, keterbatasan. Indonesia, I mean, we're far away, right? We're not rich and so on, militarily juga. Jadi, on the ground, we have very limited capacity, unlike other players, unlike the Saudis, even unlike the Qataris, unlike the Jordanians and so on. And secondly, from the conversation that we had, I get that he realized that the chance of success is not high for the Board of Peace.
For the Board of Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may have been established, kan belum ketemu. They haven't met and so on. So I saw that he was realistic. That look, let's not put too much hope on this on this thing, right? Jadi those two things, and I feel totally comfortable about this. You know me, when I feel that I take a position and it's a position that is in line with my conscience and based on reason. If a million people misunderstand me, then I will tell them what I mean. But even if there are a million screams, it's totally fine. I'm very comfortable with my conscience on this.
Okay. So does that mean that even your position before and after the meeting
same.
hasn't changed?
Zero.
Or did the meeting give you any new information that kind of like maybe modified some of your previous belief, or is it like completely the same?
The only thing new that I gained from the meeting was learning from the president himself about the tactic of embracing the other 7 Islamic nations. I didn't really get that, but that became a tactic for him to enhance Indonesia's relevance in this whole process. Yeah,
because that 7 Islamic nation is joining the Board of Peace, right?
Yes, and they're on the ground.
But
the most important among the 7, I would say, definitely Saudi. And Saudi was the last to join.
I see.
Right?
The Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar has the money and close to Hamas. Yeah, kan? Saudi has the money and the military and the regional power. Right? The Jordanians, why? Because King Abdullah is very close to President Trump.
Yeah.
Right? And Turkey. Erdogan is very strong. Yeah, and very strong views on Israel. Right? He will never compromise when it comes to Israel. Right? So those 4 are key. There's Pakistan, but
and then Egypt too.
Yeah, and Egypt. Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah,
Which
and
is
Egypt has
very near on the border.
on the
right?
border. Yeah.
Right. I just want to be honest because I don't want people to think, Weibo is just trying to wash out whatever quote unquote mistakes or scandal that happens. When it happened, I WhatsApp Abigail Media. It's like, did you see this? My knee-jerk reaction, of course, the media got to me too, was like, wait, why did Padino say this is the only way? Until Abigail said, okay, just watch the whole thing again. And I remember even when you were talking in the What Is Up Indonesia podcast, you even said the idea of Board of Peace is good. The idea.
The goal.
Yeah.
But the implementation, what the money is for, you were very clear on that since the beginning. And you never said anything about, so can we just please talk about the money? Because the money thing is it's such an issue here. People don't know. Some people know we haven't paid. Did we pay? Did we agree to pay 3 years later? So what is the money, this $1 billion issue here?
The one thing yang lumayan deg-degan juga was when I told the president don't pay it.
Okay, so you said straight to his face.
Okay, so the fact is we haven't paid.
So we
right?
haven't paid.
We haven't
right?
paid, yeah. And then when the subject came up, and then it was my turn to
speak.
I said very candidly, don't pay it. Right? We can't pay 17 trillion to become a permanent member. I didn't even mince my word on it. Yeah. And I also pointed out that, look, the UN is about to collapse. You can read about it, right? Why? Because they got no money.
Yeah.
And why don't they have money? Because the Americans pull out the bulk of their funding.
Yep.
Yeah. And UN doesn't have its own source, obviously. Yeah? America is always the biggest funder. What would the UN think? And we are the champion of UN dari dulu, right? We always say the UN is number one, multilateralism. You know this, right?
Yeah.
What would the UN think? They're about to have financial collapse, and then we give 1 billion to not organization, a Trump private multilateral club,
Yeah.
right? Which is, how much that is? 50 years. If from now on, I am 60 years old until I am 110. Every year, Indonesia pays the iuran. That's how much we're giving to Trump in 1 year. Right?
Okay.
50 years, our iuran
For
to
the UN
equals to that
equivalent.
one payment.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make sense? Doesn't make sense. That's only for the UN angle, not alone the domestic angle. I told the president that, look, you may have groups who will say we agree with 17 trillion, right? For whatever reason, it's fine. Yeah, of course. But believe me, the average people on the ground will say no. Will say they can't accept it. Your driver, the satpam, the orang yang kerja di Alfamart, they're not, whatever is justification, they cannot accept.
Or the victim in Aceh.
Exactly.
Or in Sumatra.
Okay, so when you said that, when you said Pak Prabowo, let's not pay, what was his reaction? What was the room? Tell me
Right.
what it was like.
The climate.
Well, okay, I don't have the authority
I understand that.
on how he responded.
Yeah.
But I guess it was a risk for me to say that in that kind of but I'm glad I said it because it's something that needed to be said, and I think it's an issue that we cannot afford to make the wrong move on.
So another thing that the media reported is that we are open to move back or retract our participation in the Board of Peace if, for example, the agenda for the Palestinian and Gaza are not realized, right? So if we pay and then we retract our involvement in the Board of Peace, like what will happen to the money?
Money's gone.
Okay.
It's like you go to KFC, you buy fried chicken, right?
There's no refund, right?
No refund.
So technically, if we were gonna pull back, we better pull back before we pay.
Yeah. Yes, and there's obviously the larger political question. If you pay in order to become a permanent member, and that's why you pay, right? To become a permanent member, then you are forever under the wings of Donald Trump because he's a chair for life.
Yeah.
For life. So even after his presidency, he's a chair for life.
Yeah. Everyone else is 3 years. Right? And for the chair, there is no time limit. So that's why I'm saying it's for life, because there's no time limit.
Yeah, and it's for Trump, not the president of the United States.
Right. It's not for the presidency, but for Trump.
And the whole dynamics will change. Dalam arti gini, 2019, he will not be president again, right? Unless there's a coup and he does a third term, right?
Right. I mean, 2028 US.
Yes,
US.
2028 US, okay.
Yeah.
So he will not be president again, and he's still the chairman of the board, right? And siapa anak buahnya? Our president.
If we pay and become a permanent member, right?
So our president will be forever under the instruction or the command of this Donald Trump guy.
So does
that make
mean,
sense? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So does that mean, Pa, your position is, okay, we already signed, we already joined the Board of Peace now, but let us not become a permanent
member. That's my total position.
Okay.
Just be a regular member.
Temporary member.
If we want to help, $10 million, right? I'm sure we have that, right? To send to our brothers and sisters there. Then yes, within our means. But we're not Qatar. right? Qatar can spend, what is it, $8 billion on the World Cup, which is nothing.
Right.
So, and Saudi also, right? So let's just stay as a regular member. And you know what? We're not going to be just another regular member. We actually have huge leverage. You know what it is?
Right.
The army, the pasukan perdamaian, the peacekeepers.
Right.
Nobody else. Saudi is not going to send peacekeepers. The Americans are not going to send peacekeepers. The Arabs not going to send peacekeepers because they know how dangerous it is.
Right.
So we are saying, look, we're not giving $1 billion, but you all need me. I have the leverage, right? So we should not be worried about leverage. What we should be worried is being tied forever as permanent member and losing 17 trillion rupiah.
Okay. All right. There's a point that I would like to challenge. Not challenge. Sorry, that's not. That I would like to reiterate. I do understand the fury and the wrath of the people because in contextual, before you and Pak Marty and everybody else came, it was MUI that came first. And MUI publicly, before they came, they said no to Board of Peace. Then they met the president and the Istana Negara. Then they said okay. Then you guys met and the media reported it that way. So I understand the wrath of the people. Okay, what's happening? Why is everybody going into the Istana and going out and completely changing their views? Which is not like that because you've explained you've never changed your views. But I just want to put my 2 cents where I do understand why the people are confused.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, kenapa semua orang masuk keluar jadi...
And maybe, right. And going off of that, I think another view is that a lot of people view the mireng, how the president calls you and the other former Minister of Foreign Affairs, to kind of like give him credibility for his decision. Like maybe the president doesn't really want to hear the feedback, but that is just a big gesture to the public showing that, hey, actually these people agree with me. So there's that political gesture that a lot of people view the mireng as.
Okay,
right?
I see what you mean.
Like it's a symbolic mireng sort of that a lot of people and they feel like, why would Pak Dino agree to such political gesture? I think that I also kind of sense that kind of sentiment. What do you think of that?
What do you think about it?
Yeah, first, I think part of the reason they did that meeting was there's a lot of public criticism that the president is not open to dialogue and the palace is closed. Right? We hear that. Right?
We heard that criticism.
Nobody has access. He doesn't talk to anybody. Everything is top down.
Right.
So, thinking positively, I think he wants to. This is a way for him to respond to that. Actually, no, you can talk to me and you can talk to me freely. So, I do appreciate that, right? Because I've been criticizing that. Everybody's been criticizing that, and he's responding to that. And secondly, for me. It's an opportunity to tell him what he needed to know, right? And I'm not sure these are things that he hears from his circles.
Got it.
Right?
Okay, I get it.
And to be honest, I feel safe about it because I've known him for 30 years, right? And 30 years, I never suck up to him. Right? Never, right? It's just like me talking to you, Andovi, right? Even though I suck up to you a little bit, but I actually enjoyed that discussion, and especially on the foreign policy aspect, because again, I can't talk about the substance, but the foreign policy, I got to know more about his software, how he sees the world, what he is worried about, what he's confident about, specific events that caught his attention, and how he processes things. Who does he like? Who does he not like?
Okay, in the international stage.
Yeah, international.
In that context. Yeah.
So I really found that fascinating, and now I can appreciate people who say that he's actually the real foreign minister.
Right, there's always that. Yeah.
Because he didn't speak with a script, with anything. He just went on from this issue, from Ukraine, or the world order, Europe, geopolitics, and then finally Gaza. So for me, that was the value of that meeting. Yeah.
Speaking of foreign ministers, I know you can't say. I get it, but Menlu Sugiono was there.
Yeah.
Right. How was that? Like, imagine like a high school party. People have been talking. There's other former ministers, right? There was Pamarti.
Yeah.
Bu Retno was there.
Retno was there, yeah.
Right. So, was it like a... you don't need to tell me the substance, but how was the vibe? How was like the...
I mean, if you
was
can
the
tell
tension?
about
Was there?
substance,
Could you cut the tension with a knife? Was there like
So
I see you, you see me.
So you're Dino, right? I am Sugiyano, right? So the vibe's like...
Sorry.
the universal body language of I see you.
Yeah. It's like, I see. Okay. I just want to know because there's many former foreign ministers. There was him as well.
Yeah.
Just want to know.
But I like he's getting more confident now, and I think he knows it's nothing personal. I mean, I do feel bad for him, but at least
why?
I mean, he was getting a lot of, as you know, criticism and so on, and you always, feel bad when that happens to somebody. But if the impact is, on the way changes in the way he does his thing now he appears a lot more. He speaks a lot more, and so on. So that's what we need, and this is why I criticize him for because we were not seeing that in him.
Okay, so you think that there's a change now in how he do things?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's positive. Okay. How are you handling all the comments so far, personally? Like look, this comment section might be not as hard as your time in DC back in the day, back in the Iraq War, but like this is a new thing that you have to deal with, right? The amount of comments.
Yeah.
Because usually, if I may be frank, usually the comments are 99% positive towards you.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, I saw the shift in Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw the Pak ko ganti pa, even the and that was the Sopan ones. That was the Sopan ones. There were not other non-Sopan ones.
Yeah.
How did you deal with this?
Well, remember my slogan, my principle, right? When I do my Instagram, speak truth to the government. Speak truth to power. Speak truth to the people, and wisdom without fear. And I really mean it. I really mean it. And what it means is that, look, if you have the courage to say what you need to say to the government, then you should have the courage to say what you need to say to the people, right? And if the government likes it, then, it's fine, right? You got to take it. If the people doesn't like it and they hit you with it, it's also fine,
Right.
So for me, I'm very comfortable. This is I think the second time it happened to me.
Okay.
First time was 1999 during East Timor. I was the spokesman, right? And there was a chaos and so on. Yeah, and so not me personally, but
right.
Yeah. And at that time there were a lot of friends who did not want to talk to me because I was the spokesman. Ini yang orang internasional ya, teman-teman itu. They were staying away and they said, why are you involved with this government and so on. But, and then it's fine, apa namanya. In time, they will see that I'm not a bad guy. I just have a guy with honest thoughts. But on this, my conscience is clear because my position is the same, right? Nothing has changed, except those two things that were framed in a way as if my position has changed. Yeah.
Right.
So recent news, right, says that Israel just bombed Gaza again, even after the creation of Board of Peace. So how does that development feeds into your position? Because you said that it is the Board of Peace who has stopped the bombings, right? But as it turns out, that the bombing continues. So,
but this is the dilemma, right? One option is end the ceasefire, the one that's on paper, and then you give total freedom for Israel to continue another year or two or three, keep bombing.
Okay.
Yeah, kan? And the second option, and I see this a lot in many peace deals, you have one party violating it, right? But you don't rush to end the ceasefire, right? You try to punish them or repel them one way or another, and then you have a genuine ceasefire. Now, where do you draw the line? I don't know, right? You have to be on the ground, and it needs really cool judgments. But it's very important to persist in the ceasefire until you realize, hey, this is no longer going to work anymore, and we just gotta end it, right? But when that point is, I don't know. That's for the statesmen, the political leaders. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what would you say, in your opinion, should be the red line for Indonesia to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna move away from the board of peace. I'm gonna resign from the board of peace.
It's a very good question because we've been discussing this internally, right? So different people will have different answers, right?
Yeah.
But mine would be if we send our troops, right? 8,000, for example. And there was a point that we realized, hey, all they do is just build real estate. And all they do is telling the Palestinians, move away, right? And they have zero interest in negotiating the independent Palestine, right?
Yeah.
So if we are convinced that's where they're going with this,
Then we need to step back
then
immediately.
just pull out, right? Just pull out.
Right.
And is it true? I read that last year it says that the 20 point that was the basis for the Board of Peace was approved sort of by the UN, right? But then now the 20 points are completely different than the ones that was being agreed. And so what's your comment on that?
What's different is the Board of Peace, and this is why this is why I call it it sucks, right?
Yeah, because
Can
that's
we say
very
that
Of course.
we've said worse.
This is one thing that this is why the Chinese are not joining it. Yeah, although again they have to clarify that. But what is conceived under the UN resolution, Security Council resolution, and what has happened is different. I mean, the most clear are at least two things. First, the mandate for the Board of Peace is until 2027. Right? It doesn't say so in the Piagam now, in the charter, right? Which means it can go on forever, right? And secondly, this is a private club of Donald Trump, right? It's not an international organization like the UN, right? So it has somehow melenceng dari apa namanya, dari
from
the original conception.
Yeah.
Look, I think this is all. Look, what I learned was after this, the knee-jerk reaction that even I got when I saw your video, I had to learn to calm myself down. I was like, wait. And then Abigail goes, we just watched the video. And I get it. But you're right, those few headlines from the media, it's like, because I think they use the diction satu-satunya jalan, which really messed up with a lot of people. Because then I heard some of the comments went, kalau satu-satunya jalan, why isn't Malaysia in it? Right? Because they always, right, Malaysia's not in it. Clearly it's not the satu-satunya jalan.
Yeah. Misalnya opsi mungkin ya.
Yeah, sorry, opsi. Yeah,
I think people are misinterpreting it because like the context what Dino said was that the only viable solution that is on the table right now, right? But a lot of people I think thought it's the only move Indonesia can make.
That's the disconnect with the wait. It's not our only move. That's which I completely get.
Not join like Malaysia.
Yeah. Damn. Wow. Okay, I mean, from my side, I thank you. Thank you for coming on such notice.
Anytime.
I do want to talk about other things, but I don't know, just a couple of very foreign policy issues.
Anything.
I mean, if you're okay with it.
Yes, of course.
Okay, this is a very hot topic right now.
Yeah.
And I know this is, I don't know why I'm asking you about this, but I want to know about your opinion.
Is it Epstein?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your opinion on it? Just in general. In general, what's your opinion about the Epstein files?
Well, I think it reveals a lot of the hypocrisy, right? Hypocrisy and a lot of things that we thought was conspiracy theories, right? Turned out to be, hey, this is the real thing, right? And I think the one that hit me most on a professional basis, that when I was a director for North America, the Americans pressured us so much on people trafficking, right? Human trafficking.
Oh my God, what an irony.
Yeah. And me and Yusuf Kala waktu itu, he was the Menko, yeah.
The
We were
audacity.
dealing so much with it, and we were pressured, ditekan dan lain sebagainya. And it turned out, hey, your leaders were doing exactly this, right? And of course, it was a valid issue, yeah. Well, we fixed a lot of things, yeah. But had I known that this was, look, your own leaders were just deep into all these kind of things, and I guess that's what hit me the most on a professional basis.
Right.
Another question, right? After the file is released, do you think anything will change?
That's a great
Well, I think we're only seeing the beginning of it. Remember, there's I think how many million? I forget.
They didn't release all the files.
Yes.
They released,
And keep in mind this is not just for America, right? A lot of world leaders
are in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so that about Epstein files. No, I just want to get your...
What do you think, Andovi, about Epstein?
No, I think it's absolutely abhorrent. But then there's also the argument that not everybody who's in the email is bad. Because look, for example, Jon Stewart's name was in the email, but it wasn't Jon Stewart emailing because it was somebody else referring, hey, let's make a movie. Let's get the actor Jon Stewart to be in it. Like you get
that's
it, like,
different.
Yeah,
Right?
right. It's a subject. Two people are talking and your name just got name dropped. And Jon Stewart made a joke like, I'm in the files, but because somebody just mentioned his name.
Yeah, that's different.
Right,
That's
so there's a different, not everybody, you don't have to, just because you're in a file does not mean you're bad, but it still doesn't look good.
Yes.
It still doesn't look good. That's just my point.
Yes. But the biggest bomb that everyone is waiting for is obviously Trump, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
So we don't know, right? He claims that, oh, look, I got nothing to do with it, and so on. But
his name was mentioned like 80,000 times. Somebody made a whole somebody made a whole thing like in the Bible, Jesus was mentioned sekian times.
Yeah.
Trump was mentioned sekian times. It's crazy. It's they made the whole thing.
But the biggest surprise is the possibility that he is an agent for Mossad, right? Or the Russians.
The Russians, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
Nobody thought
that.
Yeah, kan? Scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a world we're living in. This is crazy.
How did we get to this place?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, I think it's very important, like what Andovi mentioned earlier about us. I think we need to see things in a more nuanced and critical way in media also.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the current geopolitics, right? Nothing is as simple as it seems. Like there's always like multiple sides to the story, and there's nuances in opinion. And I just really hope that people can really start to like engage more deeply into like the news and the situations, because it's impossible to view things as black and white nowadays, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, though, you want to ask?
No, I was when I first saw that news that she sent the reels out, because you sent me the reels first, right? She said
No.
on Instagram. No, I sent you.
Yes.
I sent you. I was like, "Kung Dino kaya gini?" Bro, I was like, I was just, but then I calmed down. I think the emotions, you gotta get rid of the emotions first, and I was ready to attack.
Well, I hope.
ready.
I was ready. But then I calmed down. I was like, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I hope people who watch this, they have a better understanding. Yeah. I mean, the most important, my position hasn't changed, but I understand the insider's view a lot better at the moment. Okay. And the best thing we can do now is what this Board of Peace has a lot of loopholes and so on, but that very small window of opportunity, if it does lead, even though very small chance, if it does lead to independent Palestine, then
Well, actually, can I ask one more clarifying question? Okay. You said that it is a fact that we already joined the Board of Peace, right? And therefore, since we already joined, let's make the most out of it. Sort of like that's your position. If, for example, we haven't joined, do you think we should have joined, or do you think it's better for us to not join?
Until today we haven't joined.
Yeah. If, for example, today we haven't joined.
To be honest, okay, there are two reasons. Yeah.
All right.
I would not join because the Piagam, the charter, makes us belong to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And we're not like Saudi Arabia, who has the leverage, or Qatar and so on, right? So that alone would bother me. And then especially because it mentions nothing about Gaza or Palestine.
Yeah.
So that alone would make me just step back,
Okay.
right? On the other side, if we are committed to send 8,000 troops and we're not on the board, that's a complication.
Okay.
I understand. Right. Okay.
Right? We send our troops, 8,000, but we got no say at the board.
Right.
Right. Jadi there are those two considerations that
So it
are
really
important.
depends on like what do we want to do moving forward,
Yeah.
whether we should join or not.
Yes.
Okay.
The best thing is kan you asked earlier apa red line-nya apa gitu kan.
Right.
The other flip side of the coin, KPI-nya apa? Right?
Oh, what's the KPI? Right. What's the KPI?
right?
Yeah, right.
For me, the KPI is for the 8 countries termasuk kita ini ya, to be able to get a commitment from Trump and from Israel. Let's start the 2-state negotiations. Right?
Okay.
Let's start that, which has never happened. Right? Biden wouldn't touch it. A lot of American president wouldn't touch it. Obama wouldn't touch it.
Right.
Because they know it's too much time, too politically risky, and so on. But if we don't get that commitment, that means the idea of independent Palestine will never happen.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think it's likely or not likely?
Well, it depends on how much they work on with their diplomatic skill and pressuring. And I'm getting a lot from the media recently. Do we dare push the Americans, right? Or pressure Americans? I'm like, yes, we've done it a lot of times. Don't treat them like they're gods, right?
Right.
So I think if we pressure them, at least try, right? Because look, in Cambodia, this is how we resolve the Cambodian conflicts and so on and so on. We push hard, China, the United States, and so on, and we made it happen. So that's for me the most important KPI. Not negotiations, but commitment dari mereka to start negotiations. Bisa nggak tuh?
All right.
Okay. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padino.
We do hope to have you back here, but not under these circumstances.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe under like a more let's talk about other stuff. Thank you, Weeboos. Thank you. We listen to you. We listen to you. You guys all tagged us, and that we listen. We listen to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.